Welcome to this week's Movie Math, where Zac Efron got some truly fantastic news. His We Are Your Friends is no longer the lowest debut of all time for a movie opening on over 2,000 screens. Yes, luckily, it's a record he didn't have to hold on to for long, as Jem and the Holograms just picked it up. Surely not the type of record that Universal had in mind when they greenlit that adaptation. And it seems Bill Murray's Richie Lance might as well be their manager, as Rock the Kasbah opened pretty much on par. But those are just some of the sour notes Hollywood hit at the box office this weekend in what's turning out to be one of the most dismal fall movie seasons ever. Oh, it's so bad. Where to even begin? I guess we should start with The Last Witch Hunter, which, even though it's the best of the bunch, is probably the last witch hunter movie that Vin Diesel will ever make. With a budget rumored to be anywhere from 70 to 90 million, it debuted merely at number 4 with just under 11 million. That's half of Riddick's debut 2 years ago and tied with Babylon AD, the last movie Diesel made before he cried uncle and went back to the Fast and Furious franchise. Then, Paramount's experiment with Paranormal Activity: The Ghost Dimension got off to a terrifying start, as it opened in just 6th place with a little over 8 million. All the other Paranormal Activity movies have opened at 3rd place or higher, and usually at number 1. Maybe fans know it'll be released digitally in less than a month and are waiting? But while only Ghost Dimension has a shortened window between its theatrical and digital release, that does seem to be kind of a theme here. Moviegoers are deciding which movies actually warrant a big screen and which don't, and are buying movie tickets accordingly. It had seemed like the mid-range movie was making a bit of a comeback at the end of the summer, but with work, school, and fall TV now in full swing, not to mention the holidays starting to pick up, mid-range movies are once again persona non grata at the multiplex. A whole category of filmmaking wiped out! Well, okay, so some people didn't see The Last Witch Hunter and the latest Paranormal Activity movie. Do we really need to panic? Well, take a look at what happened to Steve Jobs. After a stellar 2 weeks in limited release, the biopic finally went wide and seems to be the movie equivalent of the iWatch. At number 11 last week, Steve Jobs was only able to move up to 7th place and couldn't even hit double digits in terms of gross. After this and The Walk, other awards contenders are surely worried they'll implode at the box office as well. But on the bright side, this is very good news for Mad Max Fury Road, as surely word will spread that if Hollywood doesn't want record-low ratings for the Oscars this year, they better at least nominate the George Miller flick in main categories. We'll get back to this weekend's top 10 in just a minute, but first, let's pay a visit to poor old Rock the Kasbah and Jem. Bill Murray's comedy opened at number 13 and is obviously the lowest debut of his career, which is saying something. As the former SNL comedian looked at the trades this morning, one can imagine that every reason he had for turning down Ghostbusters 3 just crumbled. And wow, I bet Scooter Braun is being really nice to Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande this morning, as it looks like he'll be unable to escape their vortexes for a movie career. Yes, the Braun, John Chu, and Jason Blum produced Jem had a box office debut that seemed to mirror moviegoers' reaction to the trailer, that this film is a non-starter. And like my earlier comment about audiences deciding for themselves what belongs on the big screen versus the small screen, we can add that they're also deciding what should be a movie and what shouldn't. In contrast, audiences used to trust Hollywood's judgment on both counts. That's a big change. But even beyond Jem being a black mark on the resumes of everyone involved, this is a very troubling debut for Hasbro's AllSpark Pictures, which was founded to develop and finance movies for properties that Hollywood proper doesn't feel are viable. So much for proving Hollywood wrong. I mean, look, nobody loves studio notes, but it's a process, and at least the results are never this bad. And yeah, looks like Bill Murray could use some studio notes too, as Open Road didn't agree to distribute Kasbah until it had finished shooting. Now back to the top 10, where audiences only seemed interested in Matt Damon and Halloween. Yes, The Martian went back home to 1st place, with Goosebumps basically shadowing it. Meanwhile, Bridge of Spies could at least boast the lowest drop in the top 10, just 26%, while Crimson Peak had the worst drop at 58%. With both Steve Jobs and Crimson Peak, it's a real 180 for Universal after their record-breaking summer. But they can at least take solace that, as BTT viewer Randhir Sundar Singh pointed out, they won Wednesday with their Back to the Future 2 re-release. Then in the specialty market, Suffragette opened in 4 theaters, and unfortunately, few showed up to rally for the cause. Then Hollywood has to slog through one more dismal week before it will supposedly rain money with Spectre and the Peanuts movie. And that's the weekend box office. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some movie math. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll go beyond the trailer for these other top movies.